All right, here we go. It's Friday morning. Spicewood man shot dead following road rage incident. It's Firearms Friday, and we got another DRT. Um, funny thing about these DRTs, it's always a pretty short article, almost always pretty short article. And I mean, I don't need to read you the whole article. Fox 7 out of Austin, Texas. Spicewood, Texas. Spicewood man was shot dead and killed following a road rage collision. Not worried about the names so much, but here's the gist of it. According to police, one had been involved in a non-collision road rage incident with a 36-year-old man on State Highway 71. After which, both pulled into the Spicewood Square Chevron parking lot. So apparently, this one, there was a little bit of a road rage incident. They pulled off into a parking lot at a gas station, and one of the two men approached the other one's vehicle and assaulted him while he was still sitting in his car. And the man that was trapped in his car by the assailant drew his weapon and fired. Looks like the shooter had a license to carry. This sounds to me like a clean shoot. And the thing that struck me as interesting in this one is witnesses stated that Ton began assaulting Kim while he remained in his vehicle. Kim cooperated with the police. But here's this. He had been involved in a non-collision road rage incident, after which... Well, shoot, I lost my spot. There we go. Ton is the one that was shot. Received first aid from bystanders and Kim, but later died on the scene. Okay, now it's unfortunate for Ton that he died on the scene. I may be a little disappointed in Kim that he was not sufficiently skilled to make that first aid work. But here's the thing. That all sounds to me very much like Kim felt that he had no choice. He needed to open fire on this assailant. He was trapped in his car by someone who was assaulting him in his vehicle, drew his weapon, and defended himself. And even though the man laying on the ground dying of gunshot wounds was there because Kim put him there because he had to defend himself. Now, these are not categorical statements. I'm making assumptions and talking about and going into hypotheticals a little bit so that we can talk about this other point. So assuming that this is a clean shoot based on the information in the article, Kim was assaulted where he was sitting in his car, trapped into his car by the assaulting man, opened fire to defend himself, and we're going to assume for the rest of this conversation that this was a clean shoot. After that, Kim attempted to render first aid for Ton. Right? So after he had to shoot this man in defense of his own life, Kim still went to apply first aid and try to save the other man's life. There's a nobility in that cannot be understated. Okay? And there's another thing there. It doesn't say anything here about a military affiliation, but soldiers train to fight and train in first aid, right? It's not just about the killing, guys. You know me, I'm a big fan of the Second Amendment, and I'm a huge proponent of active concealed carry. Not just carrying a weapon. You need to train with it. Be good at your weapon. Be good at what you do. And learn first aid. Just because the enemy needs to be defeated does not mean that you cannot have compassion and a healthy respect for the absolute sanctity of human life. Now, a clean shoot is a clean shoot, and I'm going to leave you with this last point. When we are children, boys fight. All right, sometimes it's just roughhousing, playing around, having fun. I wrestled and brawled with my buddies when I was a kid. But sometimes it's a fight. And it is not uncommon for young boys to come to blows with each other. And I don't care what you think it looks like from the outside. Young, immature, emotionally driven, those boys want to kill each other. They don't even realize that they do. They don't even understand consciously and have the conscious desire to kill one another. They have the deep-seated root of a need to do it when that kind of fighting happens. If you haven't outgrown that shit when you're a man, let me explain something to you. I don't care what the law is. The fact of the matter is, no matter what the law is and no matter where you are on this planet, there's a chance that the other man is armed. Don't do stupid stuff. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. You don't know who you're going in to fight. So, it's not useful to attack people at random, and generally we don't. It is extra dangerous as a man to start swinging blows at somebody. Kiddos, this one goes out especially to you young men that are in your early 20s. Still haven't shaken off that high school bug. Still don't understand that guns are part of your equation now. I don't care who you are, where you are. Guns are part of your equation now. And not just guns. I mean, you could be picking a fist fight with Super Shaolin Kung Fu badass and you have no idea who you're walking in against. So don't. And that's without even having to go into the moral quandary of whether or not the initiation of force is morally tolerable. It's not, by the way. But, yeah. So, it is the weekend. Here's your safety brief. Don't fry bacon naked, and don't leave your socks on the counter. Y'all be safe out there. It's time to go to work. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you Monday.